everybody, welcome to Vinyasa Flow. My name is Maz and I'm going to be guiding you through your practice today. So we're going to start off today by coming into a child's pose. So first of all, come to all fours. Bring your big toes to touch, and if it's comfortable for you to do so, take your knees wide and then slowly start to send your hips back towards your heels. Extend the arms forward and gently release your forehead down. Maybe bringing your forehead directly down onto your mat, or you might prefer to support underneath the forehead with a block or a book. As you arrive into your child's pose, if it's comfortable for you to do so, close down the eyes and just allow yourself to arrive into a place of stillness to begin with today. Taking this time to arrive onto your mat. Taking this time to arrive into your practice space. And start off by becoming aware of how your physical body is feeling today. So just notice if you are working with any areas of tension or tightness. Notice if you're working with any areas that feel relaxed and at ease. If you are working with any injuries, then just acknowledge how they're feeling in this moment. And as you move through your practice today, really just allow yourself to honour how the body feels. Practicing from a place of kindness, a place of compassion. Taking just a few more moments here to arrive. I always feel like a child's pose is really an invitation to start to invite your gaze inwards. Tuning in to what's going on for you in this moment. So as well as noticing how the body feels, it's an opportunity to become aware of the breath. It's an opportunity to acknowledge any thoughts, any emotions, whatever's with you. Just taking a couple of more seconds here to arrive, to settle in. And then very, very slowly start to make your way up to all fours. Spreading your fingers nice and wide, bringing your shoulders over your wrists, bringing your hips over your knees. Press the ground away from you and gently broaden the space between the shoulder blades. Slightly draw your belly button towards your spine, tuck your toes and slowly start to lift yourself up into a downward facing dog, sending your hips high. Releasing your heels down towards the earth and start to find some movement here in your downward facing dog. So maybe you're pedaling the heels, maybe you're moving the hips, maybe lifting a leg, taking a three-legged dog. Really just move intuitively here. Again, tuning into how the body feels as you start to move. Noticing if there is still a little bit of tension or tightness anywhere in the body. Maybe starting to synchronize your movements with your breath. And just take a couple of more moments here, spreading the fingers, spreading the toes. And then find stillness just for a moment in your downward facing dog. Take an inhalation, lift up the heels, look towards your hands, and then slowly start to tiptoe your feet towards the front of the mat. Bring the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Take an inhalation to lengthen. Turn the toes out, the heels in, and then as you exhale, send your hips low. Come into your malasana, your squat pose. Join your palms, bring your thumbs to the sternum, and just take a few breaths here, maybe gently transferring the weight from left to right. Finding some space into the groin, into the hips. Taking a couple of more moments here. And then come back to center. Place your hands down onto the mat. Press the ground away from you. As you inhale, lift up your hips. Turn your toes in. Bring the feet parallel. As you exhale, soften your knees. Come into a forward fold. Take your hands to your opposite elbows and gently sway your torso from left to right. Feet are grounded, knees are soft. Taking 2 more breaths in here. And then come back to center. Release the elbows. Bring your hands down onto the mat. Gently draw your chin towards your chest. And then very slowly start to walk your hands all the way up the front of your legs. Keeping your chin tucked in until you get all the way up. Head and shoulders come up last. Release the arms by the sides. Take an inhalation, draw your shoulders all the way up to the ears. As you exhale, softly slide your shoulders all the way back and down. One more time, inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale, slide the shoulders back and down. From there, step to the top of your mat. Come to your mountain pose, feet grounded, legs active. Join your palms. Bring your thumbs to lightly rest at the center of the chest. Close down your eyes. And take a moment here to set an intention for your practice today. So an intention is something that is very personal to you. There's no right or wrong. And if you find that nothing comes to mind, you might like to ask yourself what it is that brought you onto your mat today. What is it that gives your practice a meaning to you? Place that intention gently between the palms of your hands. Keep it close to your heart as you move through your practice. From there, gently release the arms by the sides. Allow your palms to spin forward. Keep your eyes closed. And start to deepen your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Finding that gentle contraction at the back of the throat. Finding your ujjayi breath. So the breath travels in and out with that soft ocean sound. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, blink open the eyes. We begin to move. Inhale, raise the arms, reach high, lengthen the side ribs. Exhale, come into a forward fold. If you need to, soften the knees. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, place your hands down, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, come to your high plank. Take a breath in here, spread your fingers wide, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Draw your belly button towards the spine, and on your next exhalation, slowly start to bend your elbows. We're going to come all the way down to the tummy in a straight line. Maybe you drop the knees. Once you get all the way down, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, come to your cobra. Exhale, lower down the chest. Inhale, press up to all fours. Exhale, send your hips back, come to your child's pose. Inhale, finding all fours. Tuck your toes. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Take an inhalation here. Take an exhalation here. On your next inhalation, step your right foot forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Raise the arms, move with the breath. Exhale, find your mountain pose, arms by the sides. We go again. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, this time step your left foot back, step your right foot back. You're into your high plank. Taking a breath in here, draw your belly button towards your spine, send strong energy through the legs. As you exhale, elbows bend, come all the way down to the tummy once again in a straight line. Again, drop your knees if you need to. Untuck your toes, inhale, lift your chest, draw the elbows in. Exhale, chest lowers. Inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, move with the breath, sit back into a child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog for one breath. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhalation, step your left foot forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach high, lengthen. Exhale, release the arms by the sides. Come to your mountain pose. Bend your knees. Inhale, raise your arms. Sit low into your chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, place your hands, step back through to your high plank. Inhale in here, press the ground away. As you exhale, your choice, either coming all the way down to the tummy or lowering halfway for your chaturanga. Inhale, coming onto the tops of the feet, finding either your cobra or your upward facing dog with the thighs lifted. Exhale, sit back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, send your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Left heel stays lifted. Inhale, rise up, come to a high lunge. Exhale, place your hands down, step back, lower down, take it through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Right heel stays lifted. Inhale, sweep your arms up, high lunge. Exhale, place your hands down, step back, take it through your vinyasa. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. This time we stay for 5 breaths. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Two more breaths. Keep finding space through the back of the body. On your next exhalation, bend your knees, look forward. Step or lightly float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise up into your chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, place your hands, step or float back. Take it through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. You're on the tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Again, left heel stays lifted. Inhale, rise up into your high lunge. Exhale, we're staying in here. So left heel is lifted, left leg is straight and strong. Gently squeeze the inner thighs together so the left hip draws forward, the right hip draws back. Reaching high through the fingertips, drawing the belly button towards the spine, drawing those lower ribs in towards the center line. One more breath here. And exhale. Nice. On your next inhalation, slowly start to open out to the side. Ground the outside edge of that left foot and you're into your warrior two on your right side. So bending deeply into that right leg. Gently lengthening your tailbone down towards the ground. Spiraling open the thighs. Pressing actively through the fingertips of both hands. Staying connected to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Let's take one more breath in here. As you inhale, slowly start to straighten your right leg. Shift your left foot in slightly, make your stance a little bit narrower. Reach your right arm forward, send your left hip back, so lengthen through the right side of the body. And then as you exhale, find your way into your triangle pose. Right hand releases down, left hand reaches high. Allow the chest to rotate. Maintain that length through both sides of the body. Feel free to support underneath your right hand with a block if you need to. Keep drawing the belly button towards the spine. Legs are strong and active, kneecaps lift, quads engage. Breathing in here, maybe taking your gaze up towards that left hand. Let's take one more breath. Nice. From there, bring your left hand to your left hip. Slowly start to soften your right knee. Place your right hand onto your mat or onto a block in front of that right foot. And then we're going to press into the right foot and lift up that left leg, coming up into your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. Flex that left foot and slowly start to lift your left hand. Again, rotating the chest, rotating through that left hip. Strong energy through that standing leg. Pressing the ground away from you with that right foot. Taking any variations, you might bend the left leg and take a bind. Stay with the breath wherever you are. We've got two more in here. Wonderful. Slowly start to soften that right knee. Send your left foot all the way to the back of the mat once again. Inhale, rise up. You're back into your warrior two. Exhale. From there, as you inhale, straighten your right leg. Raise the arms and reach high. We're going to come to a goddess pose. So we turn the heels in, the toes out. And then as you exhale, bend both knees. Send your hips low. Place your hands onto your thighs. Thumbs facing in, fingers facing out. Press down. Start to straighten the arms. Inhale here. As you exhale, drop your right shoulder towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder to the right. Again, each side, inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder to the left. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, send your hips low in that goddess pose. Next inhalation, straighten your legs, raise the arms and reach high. Bring the feet parallel. As you exhale, fold all the way forward, placing your hands down onto the mat. Take an inhalation, press your ground away, lengthen. As you exhale, fold all the way forward. Take a couple of breaths in here. We've got two straight legs, lengthening through the spine. Feel free to come up into your tripod headstand if that's in your practice and you'd like to have a little play. Breathing here. If you are staying in your forward fold, really press the ground away from you with your hands. Taking one more breath. If you've taken it upside down into that tripod, split your legs and slowly come back down. Take an inhalation, press the ground away, lengthen. Slowly start to walk your hands around to frame your right foot. As you exhale, step that right foot back, lower down through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, drop your knees. Come to all fours. Untuck your toes. We're going to come to Anahatasana, or melting heart. So keeping your hips and knees in line, walk your hands forward and slowly start to lower your chest down towards the ground. Either bringing the chin or maybe the forehead down. Feel free to support with a block if you need to. If you feel tight through your shoulders, then you might explore taking your hands a little bit further apart, just to give you some more space in here. If it feels good, close down the eyes. And we take 5 full breaths in here, so finding space into the shoulders, finding space into the upper back, finding space into the middle back. Last 2 breaths. Okay, as you inhale, slowly come back up to all fours. Tuck your toes, exhale, find your downward facing dog. As you inhale, send your left leg high, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step your left foot forward. Keep the right heel lifted. Inhale, sweep your arms up. You're into your high lunge and we're staying in here. So again, right heel lifted, right leg super straight and strong. That right hip draws forward as the left hip draws back. So there's a gentle drawing together through the inner thighs. Breathing in here, calm and steady breath. Really pressing the ground away from you with that left foot. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Drawing those lower ribs in towards the center line. On your next inhalation, slowly start to open out into your warrior 2. So grounding the outside edge of your right foot parallel to the back of the mat. Keeping that nice deep bend in the left leg. Reaching long through the fingertips of both hands. Breathing here. Feel as though you could pull your mat in half with the feet. Sending energy to all 4 corners of the mat. Let's take 1 more breath here. You might find a little bit more space. And then with an inhalation, straighten up that left leg. Shift your right foot in slightly. Make your stance a little bit narrower. Reach the left arm forward as you send the right hip back. So there's this moment where you're really lengthening through the left side ribs. And then without losing that length, as you exhale, release your left hand down. Reach your right hand high, rotate the chest, keep those legs active, kneecaps lift, quads engage. Maybe you're supporting underneath your left hand with a block or a book. Keep rotating through the chest. Breathing here. Let's take 2 more breaths. Okay, placing your right hand onto your right hip. Start to soften the left knee. Place your left hand onto the mat or onto a block in front of the left foot and start to float that right leg up. Coming up into your Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon pose. Again, keeping that length through the sides of the body. Maybe you take that right hand high. Flex the right foot. Keep pressing the ground away with the left foot. Breathing here, finding space, finding balance, embracing any wobbles. We've got 1 more breath. Exhale, soften the left knee. Send your right foot all the way to the back of the mat once again. Inhale, come up with control. You're back into that warrior 2. Exhale. From there, as you inhale, straighten your left leg. Raise the arms and prepare to come into your goddess pose once again. So toes turn out, heels turn in. As you exhale, this time join your palms, bend both knees, sit low, bring the thumbs towards the sternum. So both thighs spiral open, the tailbone lengthens down towards the ground. This time as you inhale, lift your hips slightly. Exhale, drop the hips. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift up slightly. Exhale, drop those hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the hips. One more time. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale, drop the hips. Sit low in your goddess pose. From there, as you inhale, straighten your legs. Turn your feet parallel. Raise the arms, reach high. Exhale, take it through to your forward fold. Either keep your hands onto the mat, or this time maybe you take that big toe bind. First 2 fingers and thumbs wrapping around the big toes. Take an inhalation to lengthen. As you exhale, fold. Send the elbows out to the sides. Draw the toes towards you. But at the same time, press the toes into the ground. Again, legs are active. There's a lengthening through the spine. Breathing here. One last breath. And exhale, releasing that big toe bind. Place your hands onto the mat. Take an inhalation. Walk your hands around to frame your left foot. Exhale, step back. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Legs are strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, drop your knees once again. Come to all fours. We're going to come now to a dolphin pose. So bring your elbows down, bring your forearms down. Squeeze the elbows in close, press the ground away from you. So we're starting to really work on building strength in the shoulders and the upper back here. Set up a strong foundation. So as I said, really press the ground away. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, walk your feet in close. Keep pressing the ground away. The head is lifted. Maybe there's a soft bend in the knees if you need to. Possibly you're staying here. Possibly you're inhaling and raising one leg towards the sky, pointing through the toes. Exhale, release the leg down, switch sides. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe some of you are going to raise one leg, point through the toes, and possibly start to have a few little hops. Maybe coming up into your forearm stand today. Staying with the breath wherever you are. We'll take a couple of more breaths here. Whether you're staying on your dolphin pose, maybe raising one leg, maybe coming up into your forearm stand. Take one final breath wherever you are. And then let's all exhale to come on down and meet into a child's pose. Sending the hips back towards the heels. Reaching the fingertips forward, release the forehead down. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Open up the mouth, exhale. One more time, deep and full inhalation through the nose. Exhale. And then seal the lips. Come back to breathing in and out through the nose. But start to release your Ujjayi breath. Start to allow the breath to soften and to return to its natural rhythm. Releasing any conscious breath control, releasing any effort. Just taking some time here, coming back to the place we started, finding some stillness, noticing how the body feels, noticing any shifts, any changes, what's going on in the body. From there, very, very slowly, start to come on up to all fours. From all fours, slowly lower yourself all the way down to your tummy. Bringing your forearms onto the mat. We're coming into a Sphinx pose. So coming into a gentle, soft back bend. So starting off, bringing your shoulders around about above the elbows. If that feels a little bit too much, you might bring the elbows slightly further forward. Coming into this Sphinx pose. Let the legs relax, let the glutes soften. If it's comfortable for you to do so, close down the eyes. Take a moment maybe just to experiment with what happens if you widen the feet, what happens if you bring the feet closer together. Find the position for the legs which feels best for you, that allows you to find some space through the front of the body, but also allows you to find that gentle back bend. Closing down the eyes, finding your stillness here. Breathing softly, calmly. Finding a sense of ease. Inviting a softening of any areas of tension in the body. Finding your stillness. We're going to stay a little bit longer in here if you feel like you might want to explore possibly finding a little bit more space. Then you might start to straighten the arms. So you're lifting the chest a little bit higher, starting to move towards a seal pose. If you feel like you've got a little bit more space still available, then maybe you slowly start to walk your hands in towards you. Try to keep that sense of softness. And if at any point it feels too much, too intense, then come back down onto the forearms. As I said in the beginning, really just honoring how your body feels today. Practicing from a place of kindness, a place of compassion. We've got a little bit longer left here. Breathing softly, calmly. Last few moments. Okay, so from wherever you are, slowly start to come back down. If you have lifted up into that seal pose, walk your hands forward, move slowly with awareness. Drop down back onto the forearms once again. And then let's all lower all the way down onto the tummy, making a pillow with the hands, resting the forehead onto the hands. And just gently sway your hips from side to side a couple of times to release through the lower back. And then arrive into a place of stillness. Feeling the response of the body as you release from that gentle back bend. Feeling any shifts, any changes. And then slowly start to place your hands onto your mat next to your chest. Press into the hands, lift on up to all fours, and then start to make your way through to seated. Extending your legs straight out in front of you. Bring the legs around about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Let the feet be soft, let the legs be relaxed. And then we're going to slowly round into a soft yin style forward fold. So we're not trying to hold on to the toes or the feet. We're not trying to bring the chest down towards the legs. We're just melting into a soft forward fold. You might want to support with blocks or maybe a couple of cushions just to release any tension through the neck and shoulders. And again, if it's comfortable for you to do so, close down your eyes as you arrive into this forward fold. Breathing here, breathing into the back of the body, finding space through the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Finding stillness, finding softness. Just taking some time to slow down, to ground your energy. Even with a relatively short practice, we still create shifts with our movements, with our breath, with our intention. So just taking this time to settle, to ground. Breathing calmly, inviting softness. Taking a last couple of moments here. Maybe you find a little bit more space. And from there, moving slowly, start to lift up your torso. Slowly rounding yourself all the way up. Take a moment, maybe give your legs a little bit of a shake. And then slowly roll all the way down onto your back. Coming into your Shavasana. If there are any other movements or anything you would like to do, maybe a supine twist on each side, please feel free to do so. Eventually finding your way into your Shavasana, sliding the tailbone away from you, gently drawing the chin towards the chest, allowing your feet to fall naturally, allowing your arms to rest a comfortable distance away from the body line. Close down your eyes and feel the entire weight of your body supported, held by the mats, by the ground, by the earth. Bring your awareness to the back of the body. Feel that sense of support, that sense of stability. Bring your awareness to the front of the body and the space surrounding the front of the body. Feel that sense of vibrancy. Take this time to relax. If you feel like you would like to stay for longer in your Shavasana, then please feel free to do so. If you feel that you are ready to come on out, then start to move the body gently, slowly, intuitively. Moving fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. It can feel nice to gently roll the head from side to side a couple of times. Take as much time as you need. Do what feels good for you. There's no right or wrong way to bring yourself out of your Shavasana. Maybe you take a stretch, bring the legs together, extend the arms. Take an inhale as you lengthen. Exhale. Give yourself a big hug. Draw the knees in. Take a moment wherever you are just to settle your energy. And then from wherever you are, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe sitting with the legs crossed, maybe coming to sit onto the heels, whatever feels better for you. Grounding through the sit bones, lengthening through the spine, gently closing down the eyes. bringing yourself to a place of stillness to close. Notice how the body feels. Notice the breath. Observe your thoughts as they drift in and drift out. Acknowledge any emotions that might accompany those thoughts. And then, just as we did when we came to stand at the top of our mats, join together your palms, bring your thumbs to rest at the center of your chest, and take this last couple of moments to reflect on your intention, to honor your intention, to honor the space and the energy you've created with your movement, your breath, and your intention. And if there's someone you would like to dedicate your practice to, bring that person into your mind. Maybe someone you love, or maybe someone that you know needs some extra love in these days. Gently lift the thumbs to the center of the forehead, the third eye. And slowly take a forward fold, folding down towards the earth, giving thanks to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you for practicing with me. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to pop them below the video and I will be able to answer them through there. Thank you so much again, and I hope to practice with you again soon. Thank you.